Hey y'all, Ritz here with another Watcher of Realms video. We're going to talk about summoning. Should you summon this week? Early accounts? Yes, always. Always summon. If you're in your first month, 2 months of the game, you're going to be summoning every week. These 2x banners are great for building out your roster. If you get a 2x by 15x, run for it, go for it all the way. Crazy Divines, I don't really recommend. Maybe early on it's worth it. Spend whatever little ancient summons you've got or divine summons you've got. I don't know really if it's worth it even early on. Saving those divine summons might be worth it in general. But summon on the regular banner here. The regular banner of 2x is very good for filling out your roster. However, if you're close to pity, and for later game also, you would want to be summoning here a 15x for Zillitu. Zillitu is an amazing ranged DPS magic damage fighter. She's got that special range that so many call the Zillitu range because she's just the best. She has great base attack for someone at this range. She costs 18, which is normal for a hero with that range. Her ability to put out damage is incredible. If you have Soul Cadence for sure, if you have Twin Fiend, you want to summon her. You want her if you don't have her. She will boost your guild boss score like crazy. Now, if you do have her, is it worth summoning? I do have her, and I think I'm going to skip it. Artemis is awesome. He's great for anti-healing. He's one of few anti-healers in the game. I don't have anti-heal. I am probably going to pull a 10 pull. If I pull him, I will be super excited. But if I don't pull him, okay, I'm okay with that. Because the coming banner is going to be big. Why am I doing that? I'm going to pull myself down here. That's much better. If I don't get him this weekend, I'm not going to be so fussed about it. The early game carry that you're going to have here is Maul. If you don't summon any legendaries but you get Maul, you are in a good place. He is a fantastic AoE ranged marksman, piercing damage. He is so good for that. Worth summoning. If you can get him A5, he goes from 22 down to 17, and that is, he's the only one. He's the only one that it costs 17 for range, for DPS like that with that kind of range. AoE DPS is crazy good, and he's better than most of the ranged legendaries, with the exception probably of Nyx, whom I don't have, and I hope to see her banner soon. Lightlock is nothing special. He is fusible. He's good in the early game. You can fuse him, and he's great. Avalyn is used in the summoning for Micah. Micah's fusion, she is definitely worth getting for that. And even just for herself, she's great in Tank Codex. A lot of people use her in Tank Codex because she has built into her kit a lot of damage mitigation, a lot of block stuns are huge in there, defense bonuses, and her awakenings are basically, look at that, restores HP. She gains a shield and restores her own HP. She gets extra 1200. And then when shielded, she gets an extra defense, which is great because she's a northerner, and northerners are the standard for the Tank Codex. So if you don't have Zillitu, summon here. She's worth it. She's great, especially if you have a Lord in the Infernals. If you do have Zillitu, it might be worth holding off because we have a Hatsut banner coming up, and Hatsut is just kind of not bad broken, but she's a little bit broken. She's incredible. Her bounce is awesome. I'll show you as Hatsut. I happen to have gotten her on her last banner. She is amazing. She costs only 12, and her range is the standard range of a single target, but at the same time, her attack bounces to multiple targets. She has splash damage in her kit. She starts with invisibility for 40 seconds, making her the best in slot for sure on the right side of Gear Raid 3. At the end in 1920-21, she's basically a cheat code there. The right side over there is really just the hardest part of that entire gear raid. If you have Maul, you're fine. You don't need another DPS on the left. He'll do just fine. And she will take care of the right with no issue whatsoever. I'll have to run a guide for how to use her over there when we have her banner. And then you have Ghastly Burst, and you can see her range changes for this. She goes into overdrive mode where she just destroys everyone. She hits up to 5 enemies with 230% AoE damage, lasting for 4 seconds every 0.3 seconds. So she does every second, she's going to be doing about 1,000% damage. So you don't have to even build her with that much attack and damage and crit damage, and she'll just be destroying everyone. And once one guy goes down, she'll move to the next target automatically within that 4 seconds. If you get her awakenings, Soul Drain is nice, extra attack is nice, Ghastly Stealth duration is nice but not necessary. Her what's it called? Her artifact actually does add damage during the Ghastly Stealth, so that would actually work together nicely with her A3. Penetration is always good. And then this one, Ghastly Burst duration plus 1 second. So we were saying she does about 1,000% AoE damage per second. So that's an extra 1,000% almost. It's insane. That's really crazy. Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm absolutely wrong. My math is off. And if you were already yelling at your screen for that, then you're correct. She does 690 per second. So 690 per second times 4, a lot. That's already 2,000% plus. So an extra second of that will bring it up to 3,000 probably about, or close to it. 3,000% damage is nuts. It's nutty. I mean, to put it in perspective, his does 400% AoE damage for 20 seconds for every hit that he does. Like, it's nutty to get that within 4 seconds, by the way. And so if you get this, she's dealing tons of hits, and that A5 is just crazy. Whales are definitely going to want to get her A5. Zilla2, her awakenings are less nutty. Soul siphoning requirement, crit damage, nice. That's her ultimate duration plus 10 seconds is a little bit crazy. Hers is already nuts. Rage regen attack is good. And then this one is kind of just gives her self-sustain. Does she need it? Maybe in certain situations, not really. So her awakenings are not crazy. I'm not jonesing to get all of her awakenings. So if you have Zilla2, I would say wait for the Hatset banner, especially if you have Artemis also. There's no question. If you don't have Zilla2, worth summoning here. If you do have Hatset, for sure, no question, summon on for Zilla2. If you don't have either of them, who's going to carry you further? If you have a Soul Cadence or a Twin Fiend, then Zilla2 will boost your score on Guild Boss like crazy. I've seen people put up something like 200 mil on just Zilla2 because of the bonuses from it and the focus fire and all the combination of stuff that they do. It's crazy what you can do with a Zilla2 that is on there. But if you are able to save a little bit and get Hatsut, she's incredible. The other reason is Hatsut's banner is going to come along with a new mage for the Northerner faction. So if you don't know, stage 12 of the North Throne comes with a requirement that you need to have 3 mages. If you don't know, one of them you get on day 2, day 3 for free. She's awesome. I still use her all the time. And then if you look, there's 2 more. So you need all 3 of the mages, and 2 of them are Legos. Awful. So there's a new mage coming in. His name is Glacius, I believe, and he will be useful for me. My account is going to need it. I want that extra mage. I'm more excited for Hatsut's Awakenings than for Zillatu's Awakenings, and the mage would be awesome. So I'm saving up. I'm going to save for next week's banner. Hopefully next week is going to be that Hatsut banner, but that's what I'm saving for. Now, does that mean you have to save for it? Not necessarily. It's up to you. Your account, your choice. You have fun with it. But that's my recommendations. See y'all in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that bell button. Ding. And we'll see you in the next one.